Sure is. Right there at win.
This week on Kentucky Afield. If you want your dog sharp and ready for hunting season, then you've got to believe there's no off season. The time to be training is now. Next.
There he is.
Largemouth are spawning, and flipping and pitching might be the best way to target them.
There's one. That's a good one.
There you go.
Then, turkey hunting, spring fishing.
That's a good crappie right there.
This time of year, the Bluegrass State has a lot to offer.
Turkey right there.
It's all next on Kentucky Afield.
Such a pretty fish.
Beautiful.
This pond is plumb floated with frogs.
They're everywhere in here. Yeah, this is a good fish right here. Really good fish.
Come here, girl.
Yeah, boy.
That's a big rabbit. Nice job. Yes! Yes! My first muskie. Mercy Leo!
Yeah, look at it. It's a keeper.
Here it goes. Boom!
Wow, that happened fast.
Hello, and welcome to Kentucky Afield. I'm your host, Chad Miles. Join us as we journey the Commonwealth in search of outdoor adventure. Rabbit hunting is a lot of fun with a dog, but to have a good dog, you need to put in the work in the off-season. Come on, Checkers. Come on. Ready? We're out here in Henry County today with our two young pups, hoping we can jump some rabbits. So you don't really know what you're smelling for, so we need your kennel mate here. Come on, Josie. This pup should be with her. Oh, Checkers wants to know what she's smelling for so bad. She's got energy to burn. She's just a young pup. Shows a lot of potential. Really will get in there and hunt right next to these dogs, but the fact is when they open up and they jump a rabbit, she's not barking and she's not packing up. Now, that'd be a lot to expect of a 6-month-old pup to be doing that, but today's the last day of the season and I've only got 7 or 8 months to get her ready to go, packing up and opening up and chasing rabbits. And next year could be a really good combo to have these two running together. Josie now is 9 months old. She's using her eyes and trying to run that rabbit down by sight. And they gotta always rely on their nose. Right now, she's overrunning the rabbit, which we're trying to get her out of that. Well, today is the last day of rabbit season. And you know, we knew it was gonna be a long season trying to get these dogs up and running rabbits. And you know, Josie's now 9 months old, and I'm pretty happy with where she's at. She's actually knows what she's hunting, and she's chasing rabbits, and she's packing. Now this little fella here can't expect much. He's only 6 months old. If I want this dog to be really good this year, it's going to depend on how much time and energy I put into it between now and next rabbit season. And I tell you what, to get her jump started, I think what I'm going to do is to get her in a pen, leave her with a trainer for about 30 days, and come back and I'll probably be shocked at how much she's improved. We'll get Checkers loaded up and get her down to the kennel. All right, Barry, here she is. This is my little female.
All right, good deal.
I tell you what, she's really has a good temperament. And I've had her out in the field probably about 5 or 6 times with a dog that is running.
All right.
But I've never heard her open up yet. I think she's got a good nose and is probably going to be a good dog, but she just needs some time.
Well, I'm gonna give her every opportunity to run. Which all I got in my pens, wild rabbits, and as far as her getting to see and using her nose and tracking in there, that's gonna be the time for her to do that. Then when she acts like when she starts doing that, then I'll start putting her in a big pen and we're going from there on that.
All right, well, let's go take a look at your facility.
Okay, you sure will.
Over this next 30 days when Checkers with you, tell me how this will all start out.
Okay, well, it's like today, what I'll do, I'll put her in my puppy pen. I'll kind of watch her and let her try to jump her own rabbits. And then after she starts doing that and using her nose and opening up. And if I see that she's doing more sight chasing than using her nose, which I go to the big pen with them. On a pup, I'll put them with the old females that I start them with, because they get them used to them. And when they open up, then they'll pack with them. But as far as starting the pups, is main thing is getting to use that nose, and opening up on track.
There he goes. Just flushed a rabbit right there.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
right over here.
Hey, here, look here.
All the dogs probably have the ability with their nose. It's all about desire and, and trusting their nose.
Yes, they got to have that hunt for us to get out there and look for that rabbit. But after they get started, you got to do it about every day to get that grill in that pup's head.
So this is a kind of a jump start.
Yes.
This is a way to just get her up and going. This is what you call your puppy pen.
Yes, which in here, which I've got a lot of growth forest, but during the winter, I'll cut cedars and put in here, which I've got a lot of woven more in here. That breaks that pup up from catching these rabbits, and it makes them use that nose more to look for that rabbit instead of doing so much, wanting to sight chase.
Well, I tell you what, we're gonna leave Checkers here. I know you're a busy man. You've got some dogs to work.
Yep.
Well, Barry, I'm glad to be back out here and picking up my pup today. So it's been about 30 days.
Yep.
And when we brought this Checkers in, she'd been in the woods a little bit. She just wasn't opening up on trail and wasn't packing at all.
Yeah.
And after 30 days with you, what are we expecting to see today?
After y'all brought her, I started, running her in the puppy pen, and she didn't start right off the first, far as opening up and tracking. But then after 2 weeks, she was starting to get interested in Forrest rabbits, but she still had puppy play in her. And then on the third week, I noticed when the rabbit come through, when the dogs was running in a big pen, I know she got to getting really interested. So then I know right then that, she was going to come around with it. It was just like from daylight to dark. One day she wasn't doing much. The next day she was running with the female and getting out there ahead of the female.
If you don't mind, let's go take a look at her and can we put her in your pen and take a look at her?
Yeah, we'll put her in the pen here and let you, see what she's doing, far as running and opening up,
Okay. Let's get her out there and see what she'll do.
Okay, all right.
Hey, Checkers. You've been at camp. This is like a kid going to camp. You've been coming here learning all kinds of cool stuff.
Come on, girl, get in here. Get in here. Hunt for him. Hunt for him. And now what I like about her too, she's got that nose on the ground and looking for a rabbit. And don't care how thick it is in my big pens and them honeysuckle bar, she's right there in there. You watch her, she's up in that stuff now. That's what I'm saying, I'm really impressed with how the pup is from what she wasn't doing till now. A week, that pup has just, oh my.
So really she wasn't doing much just 2 or 3 weeks ago, and then all of a sudden,
No, it's just like she clicked. I mean, I've seen pups do that. Just one day not be doing nothing, and next day to come in and then be running. I mean, she don't pay a bit of attention to us.
No,
there ain't no puppy play in her right now.
She's like,
no
hey,
puppy play.
You guys don't smell like what I'm looking for.
No.
Right there.
She already is, right there at wind. See, I've got that right there, which, now, what it is, see, that makes them use their nose. You see how that's doing?
That head came up,
yes.
She was sight chasing.
Yeah, now see, she'll get right in there and then she'll find that rabbit.
That's a great example of why you've got this set up.
Yeah, well, what it is, you learn tricks about it.
Barry, again, I appreciate it. And I'll keep you posted and let you know how this dog does. But we're going to be getting in the woods several days a week between now, and I'm going to be excited come November. Checkers, you ready? The bass down at Lake Cumberland have really been biting. Let's go hit the water with local fisherman Bill Day. So we're out here this morning on Lake Cumberland with Bill Day. Bill?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, it's early April. We know that there's a good chance a smallmouth could be on the beds, and largemouth probably aren't too far away, are they?
You know, this time of year when the trees are budding and the pollen's thick, there's gonna be fish on the bed somewhere. I got a feeling though it's gonna be more of a spawnish type of deal where we're gonna be flipping some bushes and maybe throwing some wacky rigs around, but we might end up throwing a frog before the day's out.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm excited. Let's see if we can't put a couple fish in the boat.
Let's do it.
All right. Bill, I know you've traveled throughout a lot of the southeast and northeast as well, fishing tournaments. What is it about Lake Cumberland that makes you like this lake so much?
Man, it's so diverse, you know. I mean, you got everything here. You can flip these bushes this time of the year, and then you can throw a swim bait here in about another 3.5, 4 weeks out there for those post-spawn smallmouth down on the lower end.
Oh, yeah.
In the fall, you got all kinds of topwater action. And then, of course, you know, there's variety too. You've got 3 brands of bass to catch, stripers. And I think the walleye fishing's getting good, and I know the crappie fishing is really good right now. So Cumberland's got it all, you know, and the drawdown was the best thing, obviously, that could have happened. That's created all this undergrowth.
Yeah, everything we're fishing here wouldn't have been here had it not been for 30 feet off the lake for 8 years.
Exactly. When I first started coming down here fishing tournaments in the fall, if you caught 7 pounds, you got a check. If you caught 11 pounds, you'd win. Now, even in the fall, during the tough times, 11 pounds, a lot of times won't even get you a check. 7 pounds, you just don't even weigh them, you know.
So in the last 15 or 16 years since you've been involved in fishing, it's changed quite a bit, hasn't it?
You know, fishing styles have changed a lot. You know, I first started fishing, everybody was doing this right here all year long. They were just fishing, going down the bank. But then with the advent of all these scanning and electronics, you know, things have definitely, there's a bite.
There he is. There you go, fish number 1.
That ain't what we're after, but gotta get the skunk out of the boat.
Here we go.
Got him. Getting dialed in.
They're all about the same size. That's not exactly the size we're looking for, but it's the right species, and you gotta start somewhere, right?
You sure do.
You got a fish?
Yep.
There we go. A little better fish too. You don't have a net, do you?
No.
There you go. Nice job.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, that's got a pretty good sized mouth on it. And I'm looking at the belly.
That's a male.
It's
pretty sure.
Yeah. Well, I think you might be right because it just doesn't have the bulk to it, does it?
Nope.
But that's a good fish.
I bet his girlfriend's a big girl.
I bet she is. I'll tell you what though, it's bigger than the last couple, so
yeah.
There we go. We're moving in the right
Warming
direction.
up.
Does this lake typically have a little bit of color, or is it just due to the rain we've had?
No, actually these creeks have a lot of plankton blooming in them. Of course, the rains will give them color too, but we really hadn't had that much. Oh, there's one right there swimming with it.
There you go. Sure it is.
That's a good one too.
He's trying to shake that bait, isn't he? There you go. Nice job, Bill.
Thank you, bud.
Now that one you never felt, you just saw your line moving.
I just felt him tugging around on it.
You know, you got a really sunny day like today, wearing sunglasses will help you see that line move because that bait,
Exactly.
you never felt that fish hit.
That's
You
right.
just said my line's running.
Exactly. See you, buddy. Let's run across over there, guys.
All right. If we're gonna do some idling, I'm gonna get rid of a jacket because I tell you what, this black is heating up.
Come on. There you go.
Another 2.5 pounder.
Nice work.
Tried to get me wrapped up in that bush there, didn't he?
He was mean to you.
He was trying to be.
There's one. That's a good one.
There you go.
Hell, he ain't as good as I thought, but he's all right. He had me fooled.
So one thing you're doing here is it looks like you've either added a little bit of spike it or some type of chartreuse on the end of your tail there.
Yeah, we add a little bit of that stuff to that tail and it makes it flash and just, I think they react to it better.
Yeah.
Just the contrast alone is probably the trigger, but you know, who knows, I'm not a fish. Yes. Oh, look at that. That's a good one.
Now we're talking.
Show off.
This is the reason that you find shallow water in Lake Cumberland. For a lot of people who come out here and fish this lake and think, oh, it's a smallmouth lake. A lot of good spots and a lot of good largemouth in this lake. Flipping and pitching, I tell you what.
There's one.
You got it?
Yep.
There you go.
Got me wrapped up. Come here, Bessie. There we go.
There you go. Catch a lot of very similar fish.
That one there had me wrapped up a little bit, which is typical with this time of the year. That's why you got to go with heavy line and a good stout rod, get it up over top of the debris and the limbs and whatnot. Go in there and make babies.
Big babies.
Big babies.
Oh, there we go.
Get him. Don't be scared. Oh, that's a good one. There you go. Nice.
We'll take it.
Good work.
Uh-oh.
2 minute penalty.
2 minute penalty right there.
There's one. God, that's a good one there.
That is a good one.
I told you there wouldn't be no fish over here.
Yeah. So let's just move on out of these unproductive waters.
Yeah.
About the time you stick a 3.5, 4 pound fish.
Hey,
Three pounder.
he looked a lot bigger in the water.
I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. Tell you what, you come out here and you stick those all day throughout the day. We've had quite a few fish in that size already today.
Yep,
You
this
can't
is
beat
good
that.
for 11 or 12 pound limit in a bass tournament. But then you get those 2 6-pounders and all of a sudden you're at 18.
You got to start there though.
You got to. There's a bite right there. You know, there's a bite right there.
You know, Bill, we've had a really, really good day. We didn't catch the big fish, but we caught some quality fish.
Quality enough, my back's hurting a little bit. I'm getting too old to have this much fun.
You know, it's one of those things. If you get out here and you want to try to target fish because they're up close to the bank or in some brush, flipping and pitching is a really good approach and a good way to do it.
It is. Thanks for having me today. I enjoyed it.
Thank you. I appreciate you. This is a great time of year. You can catch crappie, you can go turkey hunting, and in this segment, you can learn a little bit more about videographer Jamison Standard.
Pretty good one here, I think.
There you go. Nice crappie there.
I'll tell you what, that's the biggest one I've caught today so far.
They get any bigger than that, I don't care how much they start gobbling. We'll stay right here.
It's a pretty fish.
That's a good one. You got yourself a 12-inch crappie. Jameson, I normally don't fish in full camo, but when it's turkey season, you know, we worked some birds this morning. We had a chance at a hen. Obviously, you can't take a hen this time of year.
I'll tell you, when that hen came in this morning, I was sure hoping she'd have a gobbler behind her, but didn't get quite that lucky. I mean, today's not the ideal day for spring turkey season, but at the same time, we'll take what we can get.
Turkey right here.
Well, we got a hen coming in, Henrietta. Where's her boyfriend at?
We just so happen to be hunting a farm that's got a great opportunity to catch some bass and crappie. So what we've done, we hunted this morning and we thought, you know what, let's set the shotguns down, pick some rod and reels up. We got perfect areas to potentially get on a bird really quick. And you never know, a little bit of sun, bird gets feeling a little frisky, we hear a gobble, we'll put these poles down, pick up the shotguns and go at them.
I'll tell you what, I'd love to hear a gobble right now. I mean, these ridge tops up here behind us, there's bound to be a turkey in there somewhere.
He gobbles a time or two, we'll get right after him. The thing is, we really have almost 360 degrees around this pond where a bird could come out at any point in time and start strutting.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll just play our luck and see what happens. And you know what? If our luck gives us a mess of crappie, we'll take that too.
We'll take that. Nothing wrong with that.
Hold on.
Don't end up in the water there, Chad.
What you got to do when your tackle box is on the other side of the pond,
Yeah, right.
you go in and get it, or you get ready to walk.
Guess getting ready to walk. Another little nibble. Here we go. Little bitty thing.
This time of year, you can't beat anything that replicates just a little minnow. So what I'm throwing here is just a little, you can throw a little curly tail, but this is a little slider grub, which is essentially a real small swim bait. And I'll take this little small swim bait and stick it on a little beetle spin like this. You can pull it pretty slow, or you can vertically jig it. Pretty good way just to catch fish. Keep it simple, and any fish will eat a minnow will eat that.
There we go. Yes, sir. I can get him in.
Man, Jamison, that is a 15-incher.
I'll tell you. I'm pretty happy with that.
That's a good crappie.
Yeah.
That's like a Kentucky Lake crappie.
That's a good crappie right there. You got one?
One stick.
Hey, there's that sun.
There you go. Get ready.
Keep an open ear. It would not surprise me one bit if one doesn't hammer right up on top of that rig.
So you have been, there you go. You've been catching fish all your life.
Yeah.
So you've been working with Kentucky Afield now for going on 2 years, but you've been hunting and fishing all your life, right?
Yes, sir.
Cut. So Jamison, you have been doing video production for Kentucky Afield now for nearly 2 years, but you've been hunting and fishing in Kentucky your entire life, right?
I have been. I'm from southwestern Kentucky, from Todd County. I grew up hunting and fishing there with my dad. I guess he kind of got me into it, and at an early age he'd take me deer hunt with him, and then we started turkey hunting together.
The fact you're from Todd County lets me know why you like turkey hunting so much. There's a lot of turkeys down there, isn't there?
There's a lot of turkeys in Todd County.
But you fished there. You and your dad have fished forever as well, haven't you?
We have. Yep.
At some point in time in your life, you decided that I love hunting and fishing. Boy, it'd be cool to do that for a career. What made that transition for you?
Well, I went to school at Murray State, and after I graduated college, I went to work for Mossy Oak in Mississippi for about 5.5 years filming hunts.
I've heard someone say that they've never met a person from Kentucky that either wasn't headed back to Kentucky or trying to get back to Kentucky, and that was you, wasn't it?
Apparently so.
You were doing a job that you absolutely loved, but you really wanted to be in Kentucky. And you know what? That's the cool thing. That's what Kentucky Afield really provided you, an opportunity to do exactly what you want to do right here in your home state.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's definitely a blessing to get to do something I love.
You videoed a lot of pieces now, and I'm sure working with Kentucky Afield is a lot different than Mossy Oak. Tell me some of your favorite hunts or fishing trips you've been on here in Kentucky.
I would have to say that one of my favorite pieces is actually my first trip I ever went on was an elk hunt in eastern Kentucky, and of course we got a big nice 6x6 bull on that trip. That
was your first time elk hunting in the state of Kentucky as well, right?
That's correct.
You went out with Don Winningham. He killed a nice 6x6 bull.
Yeah, first time hunting elk in the hills of Kentucky. So
I know that a piece that I get asked about a lot when I'm out and about is the Fishing with Jeff Gillespie piece, and you actually filmed and edited that piece as well, didn't you?
Yes, and so, you know, that, of course, tragically Jeff passed away this year, just here recently, but that was definitely a piece I enjoyed. I really, you know, I got a brother that has Down syndrome, so, you know, Jeff was, you know, a special needs man as well, so, you know, to get out and go spend a day fishing with him and getting to put that show together, it was pretty cool. Well,
I'll tell you what, the sun came out for a little bit. It's getting midday. I think I'm going to get this unhooked, and we're going to get out in the woods and get us a turkey. What do you think?
Well, I'll tell you what, this morning they were gobbling, so maybe we can get back after them. The sun's starting to pop out a little bit, so I think it's probably around 1 o'clock right now.
Well, I can't think of a better time to quit. Let's get after it. What do you think?
Let's do it to it.
Now let's check in and see who else has been out having fun in this week's Ones That Didn't Get Away. Here's a huge largemouth bass that was caught in a private lake in Owen County by Tom Boykin. This fish weighed over 7 pounds. Nice job. Here we have a beautiful largemouth bass caught at Barren River Lake by Follis Crow. Congratulations. Here we have 12-year-old Gavin from Lexington, Kentucky, who caught his very first smallmouth bass out of Floyd's Fork. He is gonna be hooked forever. Check out the smile on Kylie Lammers as she shows us her very first deer ever taken in Breckenridge County. Congratulations. Here we have Bear Granger showing us his take on his very first hunt ever. He got these 2 beautiful gray squirrels. Congratulations. Here's a beautiful deer taken by Brooklyn Marksberry. It's a 9-point buck taken in Cox's Creek, Kentucky. Congratulations. Hey, spring turkey season is finally here, and I can't think of a better way to social distance. And remember, hunting and fishing on private property is a privilege. Always ask permission and thank the landowner. Until next week, I'm your host, Chad Miles, and I hope to see you in the woods or on the water.